Hey everyone, welcome to the Burnt Brass Homestead channel. It is October, that time of the year you can find food that nature provides for us, lying on the ground from a tree native to North America, the black walnut tree. It grows wild across the U.S. This tree can be seen as a nuisance to some because of the baseball-sized fruit the tree drops, or it can be seen as a blessing to those that know the nutritional and medicinal value of the fruit it drops. Each year, the walnut tree towards the back of our property drops hundreds of fruit to the ground, and each year it remains there on the ground to rot. That is until this year we decided to spend a little time harvesting the fruit to process. So my husband gathered enough of the falling fruit to fill a 5-gallon bucket. From there, I was ready to proceed, but not before putting on my gloves. The last time I touched black walnut, my fingers were stained for a few days thanks to the juglone contained in the hulls. I start with the black walnut tincture. We gathered the fruit a little late, so most of them were already turning black. The fruit is typically ready to be harvested in September and October here in the Northeast Zone 6B. But there were a few that still had vibrant green areas on the fruit, so that's what I'm going to use to make the tincture. I start by cutting the green areas. I want to cut as deep into the husk as I can without hitting any black spots. I keep doing this until I run out of fruit with the vibrant green areas. Now, some people place the whole fruit in a jar, then cover with vodka, but as you can see, the inside of some of the hulls may contain worms and other insects. This is one reason I prefer to cut the husk rather than place in the jar whole. Now, the hulls oxidize rather quickly, so cut enough to loosely fill a jar about 3/4 of the way, then fill the rest with 80 proof or greater vodka. From there, shake the jar 1 or 2 times a day for several days. After about 6 to 8 weeks, filter the tincture through an old fine cloth to separate the hull from the liquid. That's it. That's your black walnut tincture. You can learn to make it yourself or spend $27 to buy 2 fluid ounces. Now we move on to the actual black walnut. Black walnuts are very different than English walnuts, which most people are accustomed to and that are mostly sold in stores. Black walnuts have a very strong earthy taste, but to me, they are good in oatmeal raisin cookies. To process this fruit for its edible nut, you want to remove the hull, wash the nut, then allow it to fully dry. These nuts can be stored for a year or more if properly cured after cleaning, meaning allow it to fully dry in a ventilated area before storing. A couple things to note. You can process the black walnut even if the hull is mostly black. It should be fine, but you may want to avoid the fruit that has been lying on the ground too long that are completely black and kind of gooey from the elements, as it's possible that it could impact the fruit inside. Cracking the walnut shell. The black walnut shell is much harder to crack open than the English walnut, but a few taps with a hammer works just fine. However, there are many nutcrackers made specifically for black walnuts on the market. The first walnut I cracked open was empty. You can avoid wasting your time on these by placing your walnuts in a bucket or bowl of water and throwing out any that float to the top. However, do not leave your walnuts soaking in the water any longer than it needs to. Black walnut tincture benefits. The key component in black walnut hull is juglone, which is highly toxic to many insects and parasites. There are studies that show black walnut hull extract is extremely effective in killing and expelling parasites from the body. Some people use the extract as a gargle to kill bacteria in their mouth. Extract from black walnut leaves can also be used to treat skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, and warts. The side hustle. Now, you may be able to turn processing black walnuts into a side hustle to make a little money. Just find out where black walnut trees grow in your area and collect as many as possible, but make sure you are collecting them from public property such as parks. Also, check the laws in your area. They even have tools that pick up the black walnuts for you. Consider investing an hour or so of your time in processing black walnuts. See if there are any buyers in your area. If you are interested in processing black walnuts on a much larger scale, I will leave a link to 2 YouTube videos that go into great detail on how to process walnuts on a larger scale. Thanks for watching.